The parking lot story. A long time ago, there was a millionaire. Listen to me closely. A long time ago, there was a millionaire. He wanted to share with his son a very teachable moment. Saturday morning, he woke up and he said, son, I want you to wake up and I want you to go with me to the mall. And he went to the mall. And of course, the son hops up very quickly because, you know, mall, new clothes, mall, shopping, mall, awesome, right? So the son's very excited. He gets up out of his bed, brushes his teeth, puts his clothes on, and he's out of the house real quick. He skips breakfast. His dad was like, you gonna eat, son? He said, nah, dude, I'm ready to go. So as they're leaving the house, he runs over, jumps off of the porch, and he goes directly to the car. Now, mind you, his father is a multi-millionaire, very wealthy, right? So his everyday car, you can imagine, is going to be something probably very comfortable. His everyday car was a very, very high-end Mercedes S-Class, 500, one of the newest ones out. He drives that. That's his everyday car. So his son's on the passenger side, and he's ready to open the door. And then you know what happens? The dad says, nah, today, pops up in the garage, we're taking the Lambo. Ooh. So he's like, he's going crazy. Can you imagine? You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't ever take the Lambo unless it's special occasions. Dad likes to keep it cooped up, doesn't like to drive it a lot. But now all of a sudden today, we're going shopping. You're going to buy me something. And now we get to drive in the Lambo so I can just show everybody on Snap what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So check this out. He's vibing out. He's vibing out. They're going, they're having a great old time. They get to the mall early in the morning. But on Saturday mornings, it's different. Because at the mall on Saturdays, when it's a beautiful day like this, it's packed. It's packed. I mean, for real. They're at the parking deck, and it is absolutely slammed at the mall. So they roll into the beginning of the parking deck, right? Stay with me, because you're going to hear yourself in this story. It's a lot of life lessons. They roll into the parking deck, and while they're here at the parking deck, he turns the music all the way down. Okay? Turns the music all the way down. And he says, son, I need you to help me find a parking spot. Guys, the son sits up in his chair, and he's like, for sure, Pop, I got you. Don't worry about it. I'll help you. So they're looking, and they're riding around about 5 miles an hour in the first level of the parking deck. And it's packed out there. Remember, Saturday morning. It's not a parking spot on the first floor. Hasn't been for probably the last since opening, because everybody fights for that first. Everybody fights for the first floor. So they go around to the second, and the son's looking around as the dad drives, and he doesn't see anything on the second floor. He says to his dad, like, man, it's crazy. It's packed out here, Dad. Father, full steam ahead, doesn't recognize the son. And dad, he's looking like, that's weird. He's not saying anything back. And he just keeps going at 5 miles an hour. He gets up to the third floor. And then, boom, one spot opens up. It's still packed, but one spot. Oh, Dad, right there. Here you go. Here you go. And he's like, Dad, what are you doing? There was a spot right there. Dad didn't say anything. Kept driving, full steam ahead. Gets up to the fourth. Dad, there you go right there. Dad, you're passing them. Here's one right here coming up. You're passing them. At this point, the kid becomes very frustrated with his father. Why? Because of the simple fact that he's ignoring him. And you know how you get frustrated? How you gonna tell me to look for a spot, and then I'm showing you spots, so you want to go ghost on me? I don't play that. You know what I'm saying? You probably got some friends that treat you that way. Don't point no elbows and don't look at them because they're gonna feel uncomfortable. Just keep your head straight. So here we are, back to the story. We get up to the fifth floor, and there's a lot of spots open. Now the son becomes very frustrated, ladies, very frustrated, because he said, what's the point? We done passed all these parking spots. I ain't gonna say nothing else. I'm not gonna waste my breath or my time. My dad wants to drive to Africa right now. I don't know what's going on. So I'm just gonna let him be on this little parade right now. I'm gonna sit back in this chair of frustration, and whenever the car stops, it stops. Gets to the fifth floor, there's a lot more spots open. Dad didn't say anything. Gets to the sixth floor, almost to the final floor. Dad does not say anything. There's many spots to choose from. Dad gets all the way up to the top of the parking deck. Anybody been to the top of the parking deck before? At the top of a parking deck, it's wide open at the top, obviously. But it's parking always at the top of a parking deck. And if you ever take the time to go to a parking deck at the very top, it's very rarely accessible. And if it is, it's probably either no cars up there or maybe one. In this situation, there was one car up there. The dad pulls his Lambo all the way up across all the empty parking spots. He turns the car off, and he says, son, sit up. I want to share with you a very valuable lesson. So with that little hesitation and a little dragging, as you can imagine, he sits up in his chair and he's waiting for his dad to just like, okay, what you got for me? He said, son, I want you to understand something. Here's your valuable lesson today. The reason why we're here at the mall today, it ain't for shopping. It's to equip your mind with a lesson that's going to take you far in life. Here's the lesson. Look across this hood of the car to that only other car that's up here right now at the top of this parking deck. Look down there, son. What type of car is that? And he sits up and he looks and he squints his eyes a little bit. He says, I don't know. That's a huge type car. Like, I don't know what it is. It looks valuable. It looks expensive. He said, son, that's a Rolls Royce Phantom. And the Rolls Royce Phantom, ladies, is a $500,000 vehicle. The Rolls Royce Phantom. It's a house on wheels. Rolls Royce Phantom is a lot of people's dreams that they probably would never, ever have. But it was sitting right across from him. And he's immediately like, wow, that's incredible. Like, can we go see it? He said, son, pay attention. I want you to tell me, do the math. How many cars are up here at the top? He said, 2. He said, what type of cars are there? He says, your Lambo and this Rolls Royce Phantom. He said, here's your lesson that you need to learn to take with you for the rest of your life that'll help you on and off the field or anything that you touch. The first level was packed. Why? Because you have to look at that with perspective. Everybody is going to always reach for the easiest thing. That's why it's packed. Everybody is going to always look for what's convenient. That's why some of our parents drive around looking for parking spaces very close, and we could have been inside the store if you would just park the car. But everybody's always looking for that. I'm going to just keep riding around. Somebody's got to come out soon. They're always looking for that low-hanging fruit. That's why it's packed on level 1. Level 2, what did you think that symbolizes? Level 2 means, you know what? I probably failed, but I'm going to give it one more shot. That's what level 2 symbolizes, ladies. It's all the people that said, you know what? I want it, but I guess I want it bad enough to at least give it one more shot. But was there parking on level 2? It was packed as well, because everybody gives it the, you know what? At least I'm going to try one more time. I maybe struck out this last game miserably, but I'll just try it one more time before I quit softball. We're going to give it that one more try. Coach is trying to show me something that's going to make me a better softball player. But you know what? It doesn't work with me, but I'm going to give it one more practice. And if it doesn't work, I'm going back to my old self. Second level was packed with people saying that I'm going to give it one more try. Third level, the same thing. Here we go. We play this sport called what? Softball. 3 strikes, you're out. How many people use the same analogy, the same reference in everything that you do? Well, you know what? That struck out. That's 2 strikes. If I fail at it one more time, then I'm done. The third level had all but 1 spot available. Only 1 spot was available, because that means everybody usually adapts that type of mentality. 3 strikes. Let me try. As long as I give it 3 shots, then I'll quit. But you know what? Spots started to open up for the ones that continued to do what? Continue to go in this circle of life. When it got to the 4th floor, the 4th level, more spots opened up, because a lot of people funneled and fixed themselves out of the situation because they got tired of losing and they got tired of what people were saying about them. So therefore they quit and they gave up. But if they would have kept going, they would have found more spaces available if you just keep going. At the 5th floor, what does that symbolize? The higher and higher you go, the more opportunities are there. But let's go ahead and go to another lesson, ladies. He says, son, the reason why I like to use this as a story is because, son, no matter how many times you might be feeling like you're on the right road, in the parking deck, you always got to turn, and it seems like you're going back the same way that you started. But if you just stay the course, if you trust the process, in actuality, you ain't doing nothing but leveling up. That's what a parking deck story shows you. Stay the course, ladies. Trust the process. It might feel good when you're in that stretch where you feel like you're leveling up, but then you're going to get to the point where it's designed for you to turn right? It's designed for you to turn right again, and it looks like you and feels like you're heading in the direction that you came. But if you just trust the process, only do you know that you're leveling yourself up. And you know what this is also symbolic of? Sometimes you're going to have to go backwards in order to hit this next level to go higher than you were. And it has to do what? You're going to do the same thing again. You're going to get knocked back down in the 0 for 4 stretch or an error or something, but you stayed in the fight. You showed up early and you showed up late and you left late, right? And now you're on this stretch where your team is dependent on you because you didn't give up on yourself. That's the message for you. It's the parking deck story. Where are you in the parking deck story? Are you stuck at level 1 looking for a parking spot? Are you level 2 right now? Where you're stuck at level 2 saying that I'm going to give it one more shot? Are you level 3 and man, this is the last and final one. I tried twice. I'm a junior this year. I tried twice. I'm a sophomore and I used to be pretty good, but then in travel now I've gotten here and I'm not the person that I really want to be, and I'm gonna give it one more go? Or are you gonna be the person that's gonna see it through? Because at the top of your parking deck is where you truly want to be. You got to make it to the top of your parking deck, ladies. That's what this is all about. Let me tell you the truth about softball. Softball is not the end all. Softball is what this is. It's you being able to sit shoulder to shoulder with your sister. The same person that you're probably going to have a business deal with, the same person that's going to help you out of a speeding ticket one day, the same person that you're probably going to do an entrepreneurship thing, a lemonade stand, do hair, the same person that you're going to really go to battle for in later parts of your life. This is what this is. This is your sorority. The teams that I speak to that go on and do championship things are the ones that look at this as it. This is our family. And I don't play good unless you play good, so I'm rooting you on. And if you can let go of yourself and focus on who's next to you and getting the next girl up, that's when magic happens. That's when championship teams become championship teams. I don't care about what you were at the beginning of the season. It doesn't matter about what you did last game. What matters is about how you feel about yourself, lifting up the next person. That's what it takes to be a championship ball team. I know y'all didn't come out here to just be able to say, hey, man, we gave it our best shot. Let's try to win state. Okay, that wasn't good. Let's try again next year. No, girl. No, stop. Oh, well, we gave it our best shot. Like, no, that's not it. Somebody's got to step up and say, no, we can actually do this. It's the most beautiful part of the time. I love March Madness. I love March Madness. All right, I love it. NCAA basketball, I love it because you get people that bond together. They had probably a mediocre season, but they finally believed in themselves. They ignored the haters and they came together in a huddle and they said, you know what, let's shock the world. And they did it. They didn't care about how high, how tall, the affiliation, who their coach is, the girl they got on the mound, the boy that's shooting the threes, that's going to the NBA and the lottery, the blah, 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 blah. They don't care about none of that. They just say, hey, man, they can't beat us. We're their next stop. And we're going to be their last stop. And they believed. Why can't you be that? Why can't you be the next story that some girls talk about? Say in 2026, the Lady Pioneers, they bonded together and they did something that they've never seen before. And it can be you if you believe. That's what's beautiful about it. But don't hang up yourself over hardware and trophies. I just need for you to understand that that's what it takes to be a winner in life. That's what it takes to be a champion in life. Is believing that, you know what? I might not have all the answers, but my sisters do. And I'm going to be there with them and I'm going to fight to the end. And if I need to talk to my coach, I'm going to pull him or her to the side and say, hey, coach, this is something that I don't understand. Can you help me understand with this? Because I just want to fight for the team a little bit better. I want to be more valuable for the team. I did not have my best statistical year in pro baseball until I gave up self and I fought for us. That's when my stats went up. It's crazy how that worked. Because when I was chasing my own stats, that's when I was moody and emotional, sitting in the back of the dugout when I got out. But the moment that I gave up myself and I said, I want you to win, girl, I want you to knock in the run. You know what? I'm not seeing the ball real good. Coach wants me to hit, but I can't see it worth for nothing. I'm butting you over because I believe that you're going to get the person in. Yeah, it might feel good for me to get that sack fly, but I can't see the ball right now. But I know she's ready and she can get it done. So let me sacrifice myself because I know it's time for her to get it done. When you start to play selfless like that, that's championship ball team. Give it everything you got. Leave it out here on the field. But understand that this is a sorority and this is what you deserve to have. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Thank you for that.